What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here for another video review. I want to thank our friends from Asmus Collectible for sending me this figure to review. And if you guys want to purchase this figure, and I don't see any reason why you don't, just click on the link down below. It'll take you to their website, or go to bigbadtoystore.com. On the description, like I said, just check it out, and also my Facebook page. You know, I have some page there if you want to see some pictures as well. So let's get into this figure. The box, they just keep on getting better. Asmus Collectibles, man, I gotta give props to these guys. The image that they used is just amazing. It's so crisp. I like the artwork that they used on the backside. It looks like one of those Two Towers demo right there. I don't know, their background and all that stuff. Just a warning. Pretty standard, but something that's not standard about this box, which I really do like. So you can see there in New Line Cinema from the movie as well. One thing is the size of the box. I really, look at this. It's so thin. And as a collector, anyone who has more than one or more than 5 1/6 scale would appreciate the size of this. Look at this brown shipper. Look at this. It's so skinny. It's thin. And you would say you're crazy, it's just a box, but I'll just give you a comparison right here for another 1/6 box, which is the Terminator Genesis. It's almost double. Now, as a collector, you'd have no idea. I have maybe 50 1/6 collectible figure. It's almost the same height. And as you know, sometimes the biggest challenge or the biggest hurdle on collecting is the space. You don't have to store them, not only the figure but also the boxes. You don't want to part, you don't want to part with a box right away, because you might sell them down the line. Probably won't sell this figure, but I'm just saying in general you always want to keep the boxes, and because of that, you'll have a decent space to do so because it's skinny, and I hope the trend continues. And as you can see here, it has the inlay still, so nothing really was taken out of the box. As you know, they just made it thinner, which I appreciated so much from Asmus Collectibles. And once you take this out, and like I'm saying, it's a game changer. This came straight from Taiwan, but it doesn't look like, see, the figure is still intact. There's nothing missing. This is fresh for me unboxing it, so it didn't affect the quality or the safety of the figure. And also how it comes with a bunch of hands, with some knife holding hands. This is nice. The painted hands, to be quite honest with you. They just keep on getting better, man. I thought they were not gonna get better than Gandalf, their previous release. That comes with tons of accessories. This guy came with a bunch as well. It's not too shabby. It comes with this armor, which are not attached right off the bat, so you gotta take them out. But I just want to show you the quality of this armor. It's amazing. It's for his I guess bicep armor for his shoulders. It's plastic, but it has some weight into it, and it does feel rusty. It's not just a paint app, because when you touch it, there's a texture into it. I don't know if you've held a rusty metal before, but I have. I don't know why, but yeah, I have, and it has the same feeling. The texture is there. The look is obviously there, the paint application and all that stuff. So that is great stuff going on from Asmus right here. And you can take it on and off, so it's up to you. And also the same kind of texturing is present with their I don't know what you call this forearm guard or so. It's really rusty, and if you watch the film just for movie accuracy, you will see that it's present. So it's also not that hard to install them. You just take the hands out, slide them in. It's beautiful right here. But I like the fact that it's an option, whether you want to put it or not. It's not molded into the figure itself. So that's great. And it doesn't hinder any articulation whatsoever. So I would just install them there and then call it a day. It's beautiful. And then the back side, there's some weathering on the supposedly leather part of the gauntlet. So that's pretty cool. And you see, saw the hands earlier. I've always wanted an orc, so I got one. I believe the spear comes with the exclusive version if you pre-order them. I don't know if you saw the box earlier. There's only 500 that they made out of this one, so this is a really collectible figure. Gonna be limited run, so if I were you, I'd pick it up. See this. This is a nice nice accessory right here. Pretty brilliant. You just put him in, so kind of like, I don't know if you see, for those who remember the scene, you know, he was chasing the two kids, and then he got hit by the spear because of the Rowan guy. So, and also he does come with the sword, pretty rusty sword. I don't want to get stabbed with this sword. You're gonna die of tetanus if you don't die. I don't know if it's sharp or not because it's so rusty. Look at this sword. Look at the quality of the sword. It's so awesome. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't jumped into the bandwagon, you have to now. Lord of the Rings. They have some upcoming announcements as well. They're going to the New York convention, I guess, in October. So I'm pretty excited about that. And also it comes with this mixed media. You know, this is what they call it. I went to art school when I was in college, and you know, we're doing sculpting and all that stuff. This is a work of art. You know, let me tell you right now, the media that they used in here is just amazing. One of the better figures right out of the box. You don't really need to do anything. You don't really need to futz it. No water treatment, nothing like that. This fur kind of reminds me of Gothmog, but this one is distributed evenly. Obviously they improved tremendously from Gothmog, although that figure is no push over itself. I recently had that, and I'm still happy at this moment. I'm so glad that both of these orcs are in my collection. Look at that. I mean, the attention to detail is just superb. That armor, this armor reminds me of the one in Saruman. I think it's the same one, like the Shin armor or so. So you can really build an orc, and that's my goal. I'm gonna build an orc. On the backside, look at this little tiny bits and pieces, you know, from the leather. I don't know what you call this, his armor as well. They have different patterns, so you know, they're not taking shortcuts here, guys. You know, every little bit of detail is painted differently. They're gonna made it, you know, like copy and paste, I guess, on the paint application, but they didn't. You can kind of see the head sculpt there. It's beautiful. You see this when they first announced this on Facebook that they're doing Grishnakh. You know, I had my doubts because he's not really a main character per se. But the same goes with Gothmog, and I really enjoy the figure. So I was like, you know what? I want to see what they're going to do with this guy. And my goodness, did they hit a home run with this guy. Look at that head sculpt. I mean, it has perfection right there. I can't find a single flaw. I just can't. I don't know. Maybe the hair? Yeah, but it's stretching it out, you know. And I've seen some guys kind of mess up with the hair. Because it's a real hair. It's a rooted hair, but there's kind of like a gel into it. But I believe you can mess it up, which I just didn't. I like the way how it looks. I mean, you could. But look at the texturing on his face and his nose. Look at those pores. Yeah, the ear. If you want to nitpick, you can see like the seam on his neck. But, I mean, which head sculpt doesn't, you know? So that's really nitpicking right there. Because any head sculpt that you go to would have a seam. It's just how it works. Side. I mean, it is just great. I'm just happy to have this orc. I mean, alerts. I'm gonna repeat it again. I want that guy, guys. Asmus, please make it happen. I don't know when, but on the top of my list right there. I'm sure you guys are gonna do a great job with that. Look at those teeth. I mean, I thought Gothmog. Well, Gothmog is a different kind of animal, though. You know, he has this hair on his face. So he's disgusting his own right, but this guy, when I'm talking about quality, right off the bat, and nothing against Gandalf because he's a great figure as well, but boy, they hit it right on the head on this guy. It's amazing. One of the best that I've seen, like in 1/6. And this is what I'm talking about, the spear action thingy, the impaling spear, I guess that's what they call them. You know, I could have used a different hand, obviously, but, you know, I don't want to do that. But, oh, he's going to fall over, so I got to save him. Look at on the side. It's brilliant what they did here. I'm already happy with the box, because I saw the same, that they used the same box with Merry and Pippin, which I got the same time as this guy. Look at that. It's amazing. And you can't even see it. Well, it's all about positioning, but the kind of the belt thingies, you can see it there, but I could have hit it better if I wanted to, but you know, I'm trying to get this this thing out right away. As you can see, there's some sort of a blood transparent plastic there to imitate blood and gore, and you know, like spitting out. It's amazing. It's great. Look at that. He got hit by a spear, and he's hurting right now. I mean, I could have done different poses, but you know, pretty happy with what I have right now. And if you get him, as you know, Lord of the Rings fan, he's the guy who chased Merry and Pippin on the. Oh, I got Treebeard right here. Yeah, on the forest, and he got stomped on. For all you guys don't know, this is Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Here you go. But yeah, it fits nicely, I guess. Groot is kind of big as well, but yeah, he goes tremendously well with Merry and Pippin. I'm gonna review them next, and I know they're not the most popular figures out there, although they are main characters. But we'll talk more about that in the review. But they go well hand in hand. You know, it's not a must-have, but I did. I bought them. But they're great. You look at that. You can recreate the scene with Groot on the back. You don't really need Groot. You know, actually trying to sell Groot, but I guess he just works on this scene. It just works perfectly, I guess. And here he is, just by himself. You know, my normal review. I just kind of deviate there for a second. You know, I try to do some scenes and whatnot. And like I said, if you want to see more pictures, which I'm planning to try to visit my Facebook page. You know, I'm gonna put up some album for this guy because I just love the guy. You know, like, I don't know, he's there's something about orcs. I love Lord of the Rings to begin with, and I've been in love with Asmus Collectibles since I saw their Aragorn. I still don't have that, by the way, but you know, I'm going to. Just trying to gather some money because I've been buying all this new stuff that they have, and it's still pretty much available in Big Bad Toy Store. But you know, I'm just getting some funds together. I still gotta get Sauron though, you know. Size comparison wise, like I said, he looks great. These are the bad guys, so to speak. I got Saruman, the leader. I got this two orcs. You got Gothmog right by the side. It's too bad I didn't get a Lieutenant something. Forgot not Lurtz something. But he came in pretty cheap as well. Like this guy is retailing, I guess, for $175, which is unbelievable for the quality of figure that you're getting. $175 right off the box. He's great. You don't need to do any modifications. Even though I'm not a big fan of modification, I understand for some figures you need to do it. But this guy, you know, he's straight out of the box from when I shot this scene right here. But see, you don't have all the because I try to lay out all the accessories, so he got all his gauntlets and all that stuff at the ground. Great figure. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't recommend this enough. I know he's not a main character. I am fully aware of that, and sometimes I don't recommend figures who are not main characters, but for $175 you can't go wrong. Put it this way, when I bought the Chitauris from Hot Toys, and they retailed initially for $240. This is $175, and this is so much better than that. So much better. The head sculpt, you know, the body is great. The outfit is amazing. I don't know. There's really not much to say about. But for once, normally I have this rule where if he's not a main character, and there's an exception always to the rule. If it's Superman, Batman, you know, I always want to get him. Marvel, there's tons of Marvel out there, so you can't buy them all. But for Lord of the Rings, especially Asmus Collectibles, I'm gonna get them all. You know, that's my goal. But yeah, it's a great figure. Please pick him up, and if you do, click the link down below. It'll take you straight to the link. And I'll see you till next time. Maybe I'll do Merry and Pippin next. All right, please like or subscribe, and see you guys.